Hey everyone, welcome to Meeple Bits. Thanks for joining me today. In today's episode of Tabletop Simulator, we're going to go through the game Paladins of the West Kingdom. This one, titled Paladins of the West Kingdom Scripted, authored by users, I have to look over here, Deedy and Cryptosha. As always, links available in the description below. This is a community-made mod, so it is available in the Steam Workshop. In the Tabletop series, we're not going to go through an in-depth review of the gameplay or the rules, so please refer to how-to videos or the rulebook for those particular items. In this video, we're going to dive in, understand what's done for the player, and then what you as the user are going to need to manage, maintain, and control on your own. So stay tuned as we go ahead and dive into this one. Hey everyone, welcome to Paladins of the West Kingdom on Tabletop Simulator. So we're going to go ahead and show you guys what is scripted for you and then what you're going to have to do as far as setup on your own, as well as kind of playing through the game. Again, as I preface the video, please refer to the rulebook, which is conveniently placed over on the side of the table, for anything in-depth about how to play or the rules specifically. So to begin, as always, you're going to go ahead and select your name and then select a color. I and my table mates have done this in advance, so we're kind of ready to begin. Let's go ahead and take a look at all the components available on the board before starting. You've got the main play area. You've got the individual tableau boards for each of the players and wherever you want to sit. You've got provisions and currency toggles. They are not actual hard pieces. They are just toggles that you would tally up and down. You've got your Paladin deck, and then all the different cards that you're going to use throughout play. Additionally are the 6 types of workers and the tax stand currency tally. So to begin, go ahead and click Start Game. It's going to then ask you how many players you would like to use. For this one, we're going to pick 2. It's then going to deal out and begin round 1. It's going to deal out all the townsfolk, all the outsiders, the different tavern cards that are going to be available, and that's it. Now, this is where this particular mod gets a little bit tricky. So let me explain. Here at the beginning of round 1, this king's favor should already be flipped. But there's one other piece of setup that has to happen first. Beginning with the first player, I'll go ahead and take the first player marker. So starting with the first player, or the player to the first player's right, they are going to select a townsfolk card from up top. They're going to bring it next to their tableau, whichever one they want to use. And then around the table, each player is going to pick that, and then the first player picks last. So I would then just grab, say, this guy and bring him next to my board. Now, if there's any instant effects, like my table mate, they have an instant effect of getting 1 coin. They're going to go ahead and toggle up their silver by 1 by clicking your left mouse button. If you need to subtract anything, just mouse over your currency and hit the right mouse button. Same thing with provisions. Left mouse toggles up, right mouse tallies down. So now that we've done that, next step that is not scripted for you, you must then move the workers all the way to the right and deal out the and then replace the workers or the townsfolk that are missing. Next, go ahead and flip over these 3 cards here, and that's going to then create your worker pool. Oh, sorry, I meant to say also select your 3 paladins. So grab your 3 paladin cards into your hand. 1, 2, 3. Again, not scripted for you. No easy way to say, put this to the top, middle, or bottom. But what you're going to do is pick 1 paladin to use for this round, put him into your tableau, take another paladin, put it on top of your paladin pile, and then the other paladin goes at the bottom. There's no real easy way to do this, so I just set a card down, grab a long mouse press on your paladin deck, drop it over, and then just put my paladin deck back into place. Once that's finished, now you're ready to go ahead and select your townsfolk or your tavern cards. I'll go ahead and say pick this card for myself. This is 2 purple, a red, and a white. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my red worker, my white worker, and then my 2 criminal workers. My table mate can pick the same, doesn't matter when they do it. And then I have to take 2 suspicion cards as well into my hand. So I've drawn 2 suspicion cards, which depletes the tax by 3. You'll notice that it's because it's in red that I'm going to then right-click the tax 3 markers and increase my own currency by 3. Once you've put the workers into your hand, go ahead and flip by pressing the F key the first king's favor. Or rather, this is the king's order. It's red. King's order is red. Now you're ready to begin play. We've got our, we forgot to take our workers as well as we chose for our paladins. So my table mate, they'll grab 1 blue and 1 white, and I'll grab 1 green and 1 white. Now we've got our worker pool. Now you're ready to begin play. Now this is really where this mod starts to shine a little bit more. Now, that beginning setup, I know it took a hot second to do because this is a definitely deep, involved kind of worker placement engine builder type game. But now that that's out of the way, everything else here is mostly smooth sailing. So once you're ready to begin, let's say I want to recruit a guy, right? So I want to recruit a, no, you know what? Let's build a wall. Let's fortify a wall. Can I do that? I can, good. So I need a blue one, but purples are wild cards. So I'll go ahead and put him here, put anyone here, and then a green one on the far right. And that allows me to fortify. So I'm going to grab a wall card and drop it up here. Oh, and I do have to pay that provision. So toggle down my provision by 1. Now, that's my first turn. And now it's going to go over to the second player's turn. They're going to pick an action either in the community board up here by choosing a different area or on their personal board. So let's say, for example, they wanted to recruit. They would drop any color here on the left. Notice there's no set color, and then a specific red color here. Now, keep in mind, per the rules, if you only put, say, 1 worker, you would then use the discard action. But here you're going to use the add action. So they're going to recruit that player, not discard that townsfolk. So you can recruit anyone up here by taking the first one for free, paying 1 silver to grab this guy, or 2 silver to grab this guy, or take a debt to grab either of these guys, or pay 2 or 3 silver. So my table mate go ahead and grabs this into their hand, noticing that there is an instant effect where they would be able to discard a suspicion card. So they would go ahead and grab that and then just put it sort of next to the discard area. Notice around the board, there is no set sort of discard locations. So you'll just have to sort of create piles on your own. Now, once you've done that, go ahead and just discard any of the rest of the cards. And then it's going to go back and forth as all players take their turns, remembering that you can only roll over 3 of your workers. So it's going to go back to my turn. And, let's say, for example, I wanted just to do trade. I'm going to drop a worker here and just get 1 coin, toggle up my silver by 7. And then that's going to be my turn. It's going to go over to my table mate. They're going to do, whatever it is that they want to do. Maybe they want some provisions, 1 or 2 provisions, 1 or 3 provisions, because you do get both if you put 2 workers down. But again, what's really neat though, guys, as you can see, the snap into place functions work really well. So definitely happy about that. If you need to stand up your workers, sorry, there's no real way of doing that. They would just always lie down. You could change their state, but again, guys, don't really worry about it. Now, let's say we've both passed our turn. We're ready to go into the next round. Now, here's where things do actually work as they should and as they're intended, right? So I'm going to go ahead and click the next round button located over here. And what it's going to do is it's going to push these cards to the right, drawing out a new card. It would have pushed these cards left, drawing out a new one, had we have tried to attack or convert any of these outsiders. And then it's going to draw up new tavern cards for us as well. There we go. And now the next round is set up. You'll notice also in this round, it did already flip the king's order for us. And it's going to be that way through the rest of the game, guys. So as I mentioned, that first round, you got to do a little bit of tricky setup navigation on your own. But from there, smooth sailing. So that's going to do it for this one, guys. It's a little bit lengthier, but this is a more involved type of game as well. But if you have any questions about this version specifically, go ahead and please leave a comment down below. If you've enjoyed the content, I definitely appreciate the support, so please feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you've enjoyed the video. And as always, everyone, thanks to my table mate, thank you for watching, and until next time.